Hello, hello. Playing with the setup here at the moment. Looks like my back glass is a little bright. See if I can't tone that down a tad. Yeah, that looks better. A little dark. We'll split the difference. Oh, wrong way. No. Stop. All right. That seems to look good. Today we are playing Chicago Coins Hooligan Pool. Manufactured in the early 1950s. I don't know the exact dates on it. Somewhere 51, 52, somewhere in there. This table, it's like a small bumper pool table, so it's about 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. Electromechanical, runs just like the pinball machines and all of that era. Coin operated, takes two dimes to start it, although I have that disabled, so I can just push the release in. Like bar pool tables, all the pools roll into this tray down here at the front. Scores reset. Like all EMs, there's a score motor. It's actually under the play field. There's ball player unit, advanced unit there, score reels in the head. There's actually only 2 reels for each of the player scores. The other 2 are dummies. So you really only score by hundreds. And actually 200 is the lowest possible score you can get. We'll go ahead and get started here. So all of the balls, there's 10 balls in the machine. They're all red balls. I guess you can use whatever color you want. Start the game, you put a ball on the spot labeled in the playfield. When I bought this machine, it had what I think was the original 1950s felt on it. And it was pretty faded and worn, and none of this text was on here. Fortunately, there was a guy on Pinside that has restored a couple of them, and he had good pictures of the artwork. So I was actually able to refelt this, recreate the artwork, and make some silk screens. First silk screen I've done since junior high art class, and recreate this. Pictures of the originals, there actually would have been a grid, like a 6-inch grid over the whole table and all numbered that would help you align an angle and do all your shots and all that kind of fun stuff. I decided not to go crazy and try to do that, so I just got the basic stuff on here. So basically it's a 2-player game. White player goes first, although there's really no reason for that. White player shoots for the white hole, red player shoots for the red hole. Then you have the hooligan hole in the middle there. Hooligan hole, if you look at the back glass there, it's a little bit hard to read. Scores 1,000 for either the red player or the white player. But when you start the game, it doesn't score for anybody. So if I drop a ball in there, it just returns back to the tray. Once one of the others score, so if the white player drops a ball in, then the hooligan hole switches over to score for the white player. that's kind of the rules. So your first two balls that score 200 points in the red and white hole. The next two balls score 400. The next two after that 600, then 800, and the last two score 1,000. And that's kept track of on the back glass up there too. Up over here, that might be a little hard to read. Let me see if I can. I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can throw some more light on here to make this easier to read. Wait. You know what I forgot to do? How's that? Yeah, that's better. That'll work. I turned the lights in the room on. Normally I don't have the room lights on. When I'm playing, but for this it works. All right, so player one is the white player, starts by shooting at the white hole. I have with me today my better half, Sweetie, and Chris. She's going to play player two. She's going to be the red player. I'll go ahead and be player one. It plays with normal pool cues. They're little ones. They're 4 foot. They actually store. There's a slot in the front of the table where they store. So anyway, so start the game. Put the ball on spot on the initial one. And that's where you put one if ever there's a time when there's no balls on the table. Your other ball is your cue ball. And you have to shoot from within this circle, the cue ball circle. So to make that one in there, you can cut it and it just skims by that either direction. Or you can make your cue ball into the hole. And you have to hit a ball before making it in the hole, otherwise you lose your turn. So if I were to shoot this directly into the hole without hitting the other ball, it would skip my turn and Chris would get 2 turns. So, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cut that ball in and try to do that without making the other ball into the red hole. Hey Turbo, how you doing today? Nice to see you. We got just running through the rules here as we play our first game. So as you can see, I scored that one. So now on the back box, it shows white player is the hooligan hole scores for the white player. It'll score 1,000. So if anybody shoots it into the yellow hole at the moment, it would score 1,000 for me. So I got 200. Now Chris is up. She's going to shoot for the red hole. Fortunately, I left her a ball right next to it. So if she hits it nice.
No.
She didn't hit it nice. Say hi to Turbo, Chris.
Hi.
She only agreed to play because I don't have a player cam up, so I'm good with that. It was going to be kind of weird to do it with this one anyway. Turbo says hello. All right, so now I got to try to make one in the white hole, and all of the balls are over there right next to the red hole. So I need to figure out how I want to try to do a shot to make that happen. Not easy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that one off the hole and see if I can bounce mine around. That. Just what I planned. Amazing. That seldom happens. So now it's red player's turn. Let's see if I can adjust the... Ooh. Almost made it. Adjust that camera again. It's not quite so bright on the back glass. All right, white turn again. So now if I wanted to, I could try to make one of these balls in the Hooligan hole, and then I would score 1,000 points. Because that's really where the big points lie. But I think I'm going to go ahead and try to just take the easier white hole, since she left me a nice shot. Of course, I blew it. Now it's Chris's turn.
Damn it.
So we're starting to leave a lot of balls on the table.
More fun that way.
Yeah, it happens when you play poorly. I'm a worse pool player than I am a pinball player, so.
Nice.
Generally, you want to hit them pretty soft. The holes in the table are not very much bigger than the balls, so if you hit it hard, it'll just rim out or bounce right over it. It's still better than, I don't think I'm better than you two. We'll have to get together sometime. Play some games and see what we can do. I am going to see if I can cross-face that ball. So basically hit this ball on that side so it bounces off the rail and into the hole. Oops. Not hard enough.
Okay.
All right, so now we've either made the balls or they're all on the table. Hey, Digital Jedi, nice to see you. So we have no balls left in the tray down here. So when that happens, the ball that's closest to this end of the table becomes the cue ball. So this ball becomes the cue ball for Chris to shoot at the red hole. You could do the same thing I just tried.
I was gonna say.
Maybe you'll do it better. These are standard bumper pool size. I think they're 2 1/8 inch balls, where I think a standard pool ball is 2 1/4. I'm not positive on that. But again, still no balls in the tray, so the one closest to this end, which would be this one, becomes my cue ball. I'm going to try that same shot I just failed at before. Well, that didn't work at all.
Ooh, you almost got the Hooligan hole.
Almost got the Hooligan hole.
No, I don't know. Just shoot it up there.
Shoot it up there, as long as you hit something.
I did.
There you go.
Oh!
You almost made one in both of them.
That would have been good.
No, let's see. This one's closest to the front end, so we'll take that one. I'm going to try a more standard bank here, see if I can score some points. Actually, I'm going to see if I can bank that into the Hooligan hole.
Almost. Maybe they should change the name of this to Almost.
Almost. Some games I do well, other ones not so much. It's the pressure of having spectators.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're getting crowded around the red hole there. Fortunately, this one's closest to the end, so I got to use that one. I'm going to go ahead and try this cross face again. One of these days I'll make it. Or not. Uh-oh. Made one for Chris. Yeah, so now since I made one in the red hole, the Hooligan hole, as you can see on the back box, it said switch to red player there. You may not be able to read that. So anything in the yellow hole in the middle would score 1,000 for the red player. So yeah, slightly smaller balls, and the table is about 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. The cues we're using are 4-foot pool cues, so they're smaller as well. So it fits nice. I mean, lengthwise, the whole machine is about the same length as a pinball machine from the wall. So it actually fits fairly well in the row. And since you're always shooting from here, I mean, you can shoot sideways and all of that, but you really don't need to get next to the table. All right. I need to get some balls over on the white side over here.
Nah, just leave them all on that red side.
I actually made one.
You did.
Closest ball becomes the cue ball. Yeah, it is nice that the cues store in the game. And it's actually got a standard chalk for chalking up your pool cue hanging on a string underneath there.
Darn!
You know, it's basically an EM, so everything, fortunately I was able to figure it out enough because I have no manual, no schematics. Everything in there is labeled really well, what each relay and all of that stuff does. So it was not hugely bad figuring it out, but I'm far from an EM expert. Try to bang that one into the white hole. Love it when I actually make a shot I'm trying to make.
Uh-huh.
Did I play this game years ago? I'm not that old.
No!
Yeah, thank you. All right, so now we're on the last two balls. So you can see the score per ball is 1,000. So it's the same thing. Take the one closer to the end. Yeah, I ran across this. I believe it was Craigslist where I saw an ad for it. And just thought it looked really cool. It was pretty beat up, in rough shape, needed to be cleaned up and all that. But the back glass was nice. Now, fortunately, the guy had a picture of the manual sitting on top of it. But when I went to pick it up, he couldn't find it. He blamed it on his wife had cleaned the garage and his manual was missing. So I never did get a manual from it. But yeah, I just ran across it, thought it looked like fun and a neat project. So I cleaned up, sanded all the wood, re-cleared it, redid the whole play field, felt and all that. Didn't mean when it was released. I'm not that old. Chris is almost that old, but I'm not that old. Let's see. I'm going to try to bank that back into the Hooligan hole. Oop, that didn't work. That was a bad shot.
This side? Maybe?
Maybe. You can try to cut that.
Oh, boo!
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 Now this one becomes the cue ball. So hopefully at some point we'll make this a ball and then we can find out what happens after. I'm going to try to bank the cue ball off of that ball, off the far rail and into the white hole. Let's see what that does. Oops, that didn't work.
Oh.
At least I left it so you can shoot at it this time.
You did, thank you. I want to be white today. I'm switching colors.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
All right, so we're down to one. Do I have a history of the game? No, no history. My cousins had a bumper pool table when I was a kid, so we would go over to their house, but it was the standard one that had like 8 bumpers in the middle and holes at each end and all that kind of stuff. They also had one of the home pinball machines. I think it was Alive. One of those that was back then, or maybe it was one of the Snow one. Hey, Inverted Boots, welcome to chat. What is this awesomeness? This is Hooligan Pool. It was made by Chicago Coin, who also made a lot of pinball machines. This came out in the early 50s. I don't have an exact date on it. But it's an electromechanical designed to go in bars or arcades or something. It's coin operated in the front, kind of like bar pool tables are. Yeah, 2-player, play against each other. I'm going to see if I can, this is the last ball at the moment, so when you're on the last ball, you have to make a bank shot. So I'm going to try to bank this into the white hole, and then we can start another game, and we'll kind of run through the rules again as we go. Oop, way too hard. So now Chris gets to shoot. All the shots take place from that cue ball circle that you see in the front here. And it's basically the white player shoots for the white hole, the red player shoots for the red hole. And the hooligan hole alternates back and forth based on who made the last shot. So that's the end of the game, 5,000 to 1,000.
That's good.
Yeah, not a bad game. So yeah, start the game. All EMs, goes through the reset, lets all the balls out the trough. Yeah, very satisfying sounds. We'll let Chris go first this time. You start the game, you put a ball on the spot, and your cue ball, and all the balls are red, so there's no anything else. So the first player is the white player. They try to shoot the spot ball or the cue ball into the white hole. You can do either one as long as you hit a ball on the table before you shoot the ball into the hole.
Now watch, they'll all go in red.
It's a nice try. So then now I'm red player, so red player's up. And I don't know if you can hear the hum at the moment, but there's actually a coil holding the gate open. And until somebody makes a shot, any ball that goes in the hooligan hole just returns back to the tray. So there's no scoring on the hooligan hole until you make a red or a white shot. So you can see on the back glass where the hooligan hole scores 1,000 for either the white player or the red player. So one of those two will light out depending on who makes the shot. So I'm going to try, let's see if I can bank that red back in to the red hole. Cue ball made it back. Hey, Pinberg. Yeah, it is an interesting game. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't take up nearly as much. The table is about 4 feet long, or the play field is about 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. The whole thing is a little bit longer than a pinball machine. Maybe sticks out 6 inches farther than the pinball machine next to it. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of room. All right. Now I need to try to shoot a ball into the red hole, and they're all over there.
Or the hooligan hole.
Or the hooligan hole, but I can't really do that either. So all shots, you take a ball out of the tray, I have to put it anywhere within this cue ball circle, and I have to hit a ball on the table before I make it into the hole. So I will see. I'm going to try to cross-face that front one into the hooligan hole, but I don't know that I can get it back far enough.
Whoa!
Made the hooligan hole for me. And then I made a ball in hers, so since the hooligan hole went in first, it scored the 1,000 for the red player, which is me. And then there's actually a bar. You can probably see it when it goes in. There's a bar comes out. It held this one until after. So then it dropped that one in the white hole, so it scored 200 for her.
Four.
Score 4?
Yeah.
All right, so it scored 400 on the white hole, and then it switched the hooligan hole to be the white player. Had the white one gone in first, then the white player would have got both of those scores. But fortunately, I at least got the hooligan hole.
You did.
Yeah, what a shot. That wasn't quite what I planned, but...
No. It looks good. Looks very good.
Yeah, that's a post. It's just a standard bumper pool table post. So it kind of makes it hard. So she's shooting right now and can barely actually hit. any of them. So as you can see there, you don't have to necessarily make the ball you're shooting at in the hole. The cue ball can go in the hole too, as long as you hit a ball first. So I'm going to try and see if I can cut that red guy into the red hole. It's either that or try to bank it. I think I'm going to try to cut it, but of course that'll probably put my cue ball in the white hole, because that's going to hit it way too hard. I don't have a player cam because otherwise Chris wouldn't be here, but you didn't see her jumping up and down with her arm in the air. Heading home from work. Have a great day, Turbo. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you again. We'll catch you on a stream later, I'm sure. All right, so.
Red.
I know, red. I'm just going to try and see if I can get that ball over to the red side. What I was afraid was going to happen.
That'll work.
That'll work. All right. White's way ahead. I'm going to have to make a comeback.
Thanks to Dan. Thank you.
Almost banked that in.
Almost.
All right, so I have no more balls in the tray. So there's 10 balls in the game. Once you get down to where all the balls are on the table, the one that is closest to this end of the table becomes your cue ball. So I got to take this ball and bring it back here to be the cue ball. I really don't want to leave that white ball right there, but I'm going to.
Thanks.
I don't know even how to cut that guy to make that in there. I'm going to try to get the cue ball to come off the back rail and back into the hole after going off that ball. No, that certainly didn't work.
Now you have a nice ball over by the red hole, like the one I have by the white hole.
So now the one closest to this end becomes the cue ball. And she has an easy shot. No pressure.
Says you.
Just remember to hit it soft.
Okay. No!
Oh.
No!
Yeah, see, and then you moved all of them down there, so my one that was an easy shot becomes my cue ball.
Oops.
Oops, yeah. Nefarious plan. All right. I can't even hit that ball. You need to hit a ball first, but if you don't, and a ball goes in a hole, if you don't hit a ball and your cue ball goes in a hole, then you lose a turn, which basically means the other person gets 2 turns in a row. Depending on which hole it is, I mean, you may get points or whatever. So, and the game doesn't really know whose turn it is. It's kind of up to you to keep track of that. It just keeps track of the score. I'm going to see if I can get some balls over on the red side.
Oh my God! 2 hooligans!
Well, that certainly wasn't what I planned. So the hooligan hole, since the white player had made the last shot, the center hole scores for the white player. And of course, I'm the red player on this game. And I was trying to get the balls over there, and I managed to get 2 of them in the hooligan hole, which both scored 1,000 points each for the other player. Yeah, it would have been a good shot had it been for me. All right, Chris's turn. Got 2 more balls on the table.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to hit that. Yeah. We'll see.
Good job.
Thanks.
It was actually going the right direction.
I know.
You almost made it. All right, this one's closest to the front, so that becomes my cue ball.
Pretty shocked.
See if I can bank that around and not get it in a hole for her.
I don't know.
There we go. Kind of left it behind the post. She doesn't really have a shot.
No, I don't. So make up my own.
Make up your own. You could try to put some English on the cue ball and bounce it off the back rail.
You do know who you're talking to, right?
Uh-huh. And you almost made that back into the hooligan hole.
Ooh. Is this one's further?
Yeah.
I can hit into the hooligan. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hooligan hole it if you want.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, that's tough. This one's my cue ball. The bumper's actually in the way. There's no direct shot. So I'm going to have to try to shoot this here, bank it off the wall into the red hole.
Go for it.
I'm not a very good pool player. This is fun, but I'm not very good.
Oh, that looks impressive.
Got it in the right direction anyway. Look, right back in the cue ball circle for you. I suppose if you're a really good player, you could probably try to snooker each other so that you don't have a shot and all of that kind of stuff and do all defensive shots. She has the advantage in that this hole would score for her as well since she's the white player. All right. Now this one, I have a chance. I'm going to try to bank that ball off the back wall. The cue ball should go off the side wall and may actually come back to the red hole as well.
Go!
That didn't quite go as planned. I'd either shoot behind it and bounce it to the right or...
I don't know how I could get that behind there.
No, I mean bounce it. Take it off of here and into the back side of it.
Okay. I was going for there.
Okay.
What happens after that?
Yeah.
Don't know.
If we play more, we can figure these things out. Well, you hit it.
I did.
All right. So I'm going to try and bank the cue ball off the back rail into the back of that ball and into the red hole. Easy, right? Or not. Whoa!
Oh. That looks like the last game.
Scored for the white, yeah.
Didn't it look like
All
that
right,
same
now it's your
score?
turn. So last ball on the table, you put in the cue ball circle, and you have to make a bank shot. No directly into the hole. You have to bank it off the wall before you go into the hole.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you forfeit the game. No matter
right.
how far ahead you are.
Okay. It's a deal.
Close.
Better than usual. Yay!
So there it is. Game over. That's kind of all there is to Hooligan Pool. It's not a very exciting game. It's not a deep game. It doesn't have a lot of deep rules. We'll play another one. I get to go first because I lost.
Sure.
Start the game. Put the ball on the spot. White player goes first. And there's two ways to do this. You can either cut the ball. It just gets by that bumper into the hole. Or I've also done it where I've taken the cue ball and ricocheted the cue ball off that ball and the cue ball into the hole. Both of them are valid shots. Stuff they made back in the day, absolutely. I can't imagine one of these being in a bar nowadays, but missed. So now it's red player's turn. Put a ball in the cue ball circle. There's 10 balls in the game. Yeah, it's pretty cool when the ball spins around the hole and kind of a whirlpool drain thing. Back to me for the white. Didn't think I'd be able to cut it back. We've not managed to make a ball yet, so the hooligan hole in the middle still will score nothing for anybody. Let's see if I can get this ball in the white hole.
You will. Look at that. Ooh.
So now, as you can see on the back box, the white player is lit up, so the hooligan hole now scores 1,000 for the white player. Whoever made the last ball is who it scores for. So if Chris makes a ball in the red hole, then it'll switch over to be on the red player. Not quite.
Crooked eyes.
So now
Get that baby in there.
I can shoot that ball, since I'm the white player, I can try to shoot that in the hole. If I hit it wrong, I'm going to bounce off the bumper and not get anything. Hit it nice and soft.
Nice.
So that scored 1,000.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah, definitely, Pinberg. If somebody was really good at pool, you'd be getting into snooker type stuff where you don't leave shots for players and you got to do weird banks to get at balls and all of that kind of stuff. Fortunately,
That could make it deeper.
yeah. Fortunately, we're not very good.
Just like herding balls around the table.
Yeah, we end up with a lot of balls. It gets kind of lame when they're all stuck down there on that far rail, but afraid that was going to happen. It blocked itself. All right, so we're out of balls in the tray again. So the ball closest to this end becomes the cue ball. So we still have 7 balls plus the cue ball. 8 balls on the table. We've only made 2 so far.
Both yours. I'm still at 0. It's your turn to step up. Shoot a red one in for me.
Looks like this one's closest to this end, so this becomes the cue ball. I'm going to try to just nick that front, that ball, take the cue ball off the back rail and into the white hole. Let's see how that goes. Oop, way too hard. Close, but way too hard.
Could I do that same thing for that one? No.
You could.
Really? We'll
Off the right one.
Off the right side? Off
Well,
the right ball.
The right ball. Yeah. Yeah, Pinberg, it's pretty fun. I just ran across it on Craigslist this past summer and
Well, they're all
Nice
kissy.
had to drive a few hours to pick it up and do some refurb. This one's closest to the front. There's a guy on Pinside. There's a thread out there somewhere that he did. He's actually restored a couple of them. Really, really nice. I kind of refreshed this. I put new felt on here, re-silk screened all the graphics on it. The original would have had a grid on here as well, which probably would help in aiming and things.
Especially for people that don't shoot
I
well.
don't really have a decent shot here. We're going to break things up a little bit. Hey, I made a ball.
You did.
Nice slop.
This one?
Yep.
In this house, slop counts.
Slop definitely counts. We don't have to call our shots.
We do not.
Nice.
Yes!
Two of them. Since the later balls are worth a lot more points, so the first two balls to go in are 200 points, the next two are 400, the next two are 600, then 800, and the last two are 1,000. It really comes down to the last few balls as far as who wins. So now since she made it in the red hole, the Hooligan hole now belongs to the red player. So if I make a ball in the Hooligan hole, it goes to her. I don't have any really good shots. I'm going to try a bank off the ball into the white hole again. Ah, no.
Thank you. My hero.
So unfortunately, me as the white player just made the ball in the Hooligan hole that scored for her. So now she's ahead 2,000 to 1,600. It's not over yet. There's still plenty of points on the table.
Oh. Dang, I thought I was going to get one
almost
for you.
got me one. All right, hard part is how do I get, I'm going to try to sneak my cue ball between those two off the back rail and then knock that one into the white hole.
Good plan.
Should work.
It should.
Oops.
Oh.
Except I hit the ball on the right first, which threw off my bank, which knocked that hole out of place. Stupid failure, as Homer would say. So one nice thing about this versus like 8-ball or whatever is that it's a take your turn. There's no, it's like I can't run the table as player one or whatever. It's definitely everybody gets a shot. So I would imagine games would probably go a lot faster for really good people.
We're good people.
Good players.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'll try to get the cue ball.
There you go.
So it's okay to get the cue ball in the hole as long as you hit another ball first. So now the Hooligan hole in the middle is controlled by me, the white player. And I've also taken the lead in the game, but since each of these is worth 800 or 1,000 points,
yeah,
the game's still way up in the air.
I'm going to get one in there for you. Help you win.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't even help myself.
Huh. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this one. That didn't work. So yeah, like most EMs, I got it for, I think it was $500 that I picked this up for. Fairly reasonable. Put another, I did buy a new set of balls. It did have balls with it, but they were pretty old and beat up. So I bought new balls, new felt. I had to buy the supplies to silk screen it and all of that fun stuff. So, you know, I got another $150 or so into it, but let's see if we can't bank that off the back wall. I actually have the Hooligan hole. I'm going to try to bank that into the Hooligan hole in the middle.
Ooh.
Nope.
So close.
I should have taken the easier shot. Does this type of game have a name? It's kind of it's a bumper pool, but it's a different variation on a bumper pool. But definitely it was set up to be put in bars or arcades or something like that. I don't know if you've seen bumper pool. Well, you're in Edinburgh, if I remember right. You have a different kind of short pool over in Europe. I forget what that's called, but yeah, bumper pool would be the closest thing, but this one becomes the cue ball. I'm going to try that same kind of thing again. Get in there. Oh. Just missed.
Oh. You're welcome.
All right, so the last two balls are now worth 1,000, as you can see up there on the back box. If you can see that, I think you can read that. Yeah. Maybe.
No, it's pretty flashy.
White player.
Right.
We'll try again to bounce it back into the Hooligan. Meest. I left her with no real good shot.
And you admit
Snookered.
it. And you're going to admit it. That's so not kind.
Try adapting a mini pool table. That'd be cool, Pinberg. And it's pretty straightforward scoring. The rules I got from the guy that had done the restores, but he's not sure either. He doesn't have the manual or anything for it either. So he was basing the rules. He found some articles that had some of them, but he wasn't entirely sure. It seems reasonable. Ah, too hard. Oh! Bounce it back. That works.
He likes you.
All right, last ball on the table. You have to start in the cue ball circle as always, and you have to make a bank shot. No direct shot into the hole.
Too hard.
Yeah. In this table, as you can see, the ball curved a little bit, is slightly sunk in the middle. And this is actually a new piece of MDF in here that I put in here. And it's already sagged. There's mechanisms that hang underneath the playfield that it kind of dragged it down already. Let's see if I can bounce this last one in.
Nice. Awesome.
So there it is. That's Hooligan Pool. It's kind of all we got. What time is it? 20 after 2? Up for another game, Chris?
Sure.
All right. I'll let you go first. All the score reels reset back to 0.
Sorry.
Put a ball on the spot. If there's no balls on the table, white player goes first. Try to make a ball in the white hole.
Oh my goodness.
Almost.
I think that's the best I've ever done there on that.
The table's kind of set up that I've made the ball in the white hole and then the cue ball goes in the red hole.
A Y shot.
Figured that would happen.
No.
That was weird. And until somebody makes a shot, and until a ball goes in the red or the white hole, the hooligan hole in the middle does not score at all. If a ball went in there, it would actually return to the tray. I'm going to see.
Gonna get that one over in the red?
I was thinking about banking it, but I think my cue ball may end up in the white hole.
Oh. Ooh, it just went right over the top.
Yep.
All right.
We're still going for that first 200.
That's not. Oh, damn.
Let's see if we can finally make a shot. Our gameplay is going downhill. I think our first game was actually an actual decent. Oh, come on.
Yeah, because
The warp in the table. Move that one over. I needed to hit it slightly harder. We haven't even been drinking.
I was gonna say
Maybe we should.
Maybe the first game went so well is because you got them. You got the red and the white in.
All right. So she made the first shot in the white. So the hooligan hole in the middle. Now, as you can see on the back box, it's lit up for the white player. So if I make a ball in the yellow hole, it will score for the white player. So I am going to try to shoot a ball. See if I can make something in the red hole.
Then it'll go up to 400 points.
I missed that. Had I made that, then the hooligan hole would have gone back to the red player.
No! it's like in
All right.
pinball where
So-
you don't hit anything.
All of the balls are out of the tray, and there's 9 balls on the play field, and she made one in the white hole. So when you have no more in, it would definitely be fun in a party. A couple of Chris's grandkids were over here a month or so ago, and they spent a lot of time down here playing. There's 14 pinball machines in this room, and they played a couple of those, but they spent a lot of time playing this. So when you have no more balls in the tray, the ball that's closest to this end becomes the cue ball. So I take this one, and now I got to try to make a shot. Finally, maybe into the red hole. I missed the ball I was aiming at.
Is this one the front one?
So then the closest one to the end becomes the cue ball again.
All right, we'll try again.
You try and bank it.
Yep.
So you need more of an angle then. No, not up. No.
This way. This way. This way.
This way, yeah.
That's what I was trying for last time.
This one becomes the cue ball again. Let's see if I'm trying to cross face that ball, trying to hit it, just skim it on that side so it bounces off the rail and then into the hole. Theoretically possible if I actually hit it.
been your shot today.
Yeah, but I missed it again.
But look at what a good setup you got for next time.
Yeah. You can try that bank shot
I
again?
am.
All right. So do you know you need to aim farther left this time? You don't necessarily have to move your cue left that way.
The other left.
The other left. Or is it right? Because you don't want to actually hit that ball. You want to hit the back rail
Right.
first.
Well, dang.
This one.
Tis.
All right. We'll see if I can finally make. Yeah, close but yet so far. Absolutely. There's a lot of that in this game. Oh, come on.
The hooligan. All right. We're just going to go mix them all up.
This is where it gets tough because all the balls are down there by the far rail and you really can't do much with them. So Chris decided just to bust some things up here.
There we go.
All right, so this one's the farthest this end. Don't really have any good shots.
No, neither do I. Didn't help.
Try to kiss off a ball, bank off the back wall into the red hole. That didn't work. Made a ball for her though.
Did. Yeah.
Didn't leave her much of a shot. But
Thanks.
no problem. Glad to help.
Knew it. Oh, whoa. What? Just brought it right back for you.
All right, so I am going to
Try
try to bank the cue ball off the rail and hit the back side of that ball to knock it in the hole. I will probably totally miss.
No.
So, two things. One, I just scored the hooligan hole for her. And two, I didn't hit a ball, which means I lose my turn.
Oh.
So Chris now gets 2 shots in a row.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
This was a forward one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I get two tries to mess up.
Hey, Mr. Nerdtastic. Yeah, it's thanks for the follow, Osric. Nice to see you.
That was a wasted shot.
All right, well, you get another one because I blew it.
All right. Well, we'll try for another wasted shot.
This is a early 1950s Chicago coin. It's like an arcade bumper pool kind of table. There's only actually one bumper. This right here is actually a bumper, so it blocks the thing, and it's normally an alternating turn. There's 10 balls in the table. When you first start them, they go down into a tray, kind of like a normal pool table.
The one in the middle.
Think so?
I do. That one.
Okay. So we have no more left in the tray, so the ball closest to this end becomes our cue ball. And you got to shoot from within the cue ball circle. I'm the red player, so I need to try to make a ball into the red hole. Yeah, definitely. I love the sound of the balls rolling in the hole. It only happens 10 times a game. Is it okay to hit another ball then for your cue ball to go down the hole? Absolutely. That's one of the two ways. As long as you hit another ball first, and I'll intentionally do that a lot, is try to bank off another ball and get the cue ball to go in the hole instead of the other ball. Which I think I might try this time. I think what I'm going to try to do is bank the cue ball off the side of that guy, off the back rail, and into this. Now what I'm going to guess is going to happen is after I go off of this guy's going to bounce off that rail and bounce back and get in the way of the cue ball. I could try it off of this guy too, but I don't know Actually, that might be a better plan because that one's not going to ricochet off the rail. Let's see what happens. And of course, you can put English on the balls and all of that stuff too. So I think I'm going to be too far to the right, so I'm going to put some left English on the ball. So hopefully when it comes off the rail, yeah, that was not how I planned at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one. But at least we're getting the balls out on the table a little bit more because it's hard to get them from behind the holes to get them back.
Oh. I didn't see that bumper.
You didn't see the bumper in the way.
No, didn't see the bumper in the way.
All right, so this hopefully is just a straight cut into the hole. That was a bad failure.
This one.
Yeah, we're getting really bad now.
This is time to stop.
Yeah, fortunately this is the last game. I have yet to make a ball in this game.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Why do you keep aiming at that bumper?
I did not aim at the bumper.
You evidently did.
No, it just went there by itself. Oh, God. Oh.
All right, try something different here. Making more balls for her.
Yeah. I think
A
that's...
bit more power,
I
yeah.
was going to say that's the second one you got in there. The white one for me.
Yep. Yeah, don't aim at the post.
I'm going to stay far away from there now.
I suppose theoretically you could jump over the post if you wanted to play that way. Ooh, close.
I know.
It almost made it. Looks like this one's
That was a shocker.
my cue ball. Let's see if I can finally do something here. Not quite.
I think you should just...
Thanks for stopping by, Pinberg. Have a good night.
They're dancing.
All right. This is getting ridiculous.
Just pick them up and drop them in. That's enough.
They're all lined up behind the white hole.
Can't get any... Those are not going to be nice. I'll have to hit that.
Shoot the ball here off of this rail and not off of that rail.
All
And then it may
right.
come back and knock them in.
Sure. It'll do that for you.
Well, you've seen how many points I have. Almost did it.
Oh!
Almost
Is
scored
that
one
the-
for me.
That one is more in front.
Yep. All right, so hopefully I can give this a little tap and get it in the hole.
You're welcome.
Yay, I scored.
The one right on the edge by the W in white.
Actually, I think this one's farther forward.
Really? Okay.
I would do the same thing. Hit it like here.
All right.
And it'll bounce there, and it may knock one of those.
Me.
If we were really good, we would actually know those angles and be able to make that, but...
I don't play enough pool. Hot damn!
Good shot. Nice. This one becomes my cue ball. I need to try to make something.
So it was good you waited till later in the game to get your first ball in there. Because it was worth 600 points.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. See? There's an advantage. This one's going to be 800.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here.
A wild and crazy shot.
Pretty much. Careful with that cue. Just trying to take out the ceiling with the cue ball.
No, no.
Pool cue.
That was exciting.
That was a good shot.
I know.
It was what you planned even.
It was. But the fact that it actually worked.
Off a little bit.
Mm.
Yep. That was the cue ball.
Oh.
Shoot that one.
Yeah. I'm always, it has to be behind the spot, but it doesn't.
No. You can shoot at any ball. You can theoretically shoot backwards if you want.
No!
Ooh, close.
It's okay. Thanks.
Wasn't what I had in mind. I almost made the red hole too.
You did. Ooh, I can maybe try for the hooligan hole. Yes. Yes, I can. It won't go.
You gotta bank it off the back wall.
Will it?
That's how you need to do it. You can't shoot it directly. You get too much angle.
Uh-huh. Oh, well. Oh, I'm going to get one for you.
I can't actually catch up. All right, last ball on the table. You have to make as a bank shot.
Sweet.
Well, I got the last one anyway, but still
Good
lost
job.
2,600 to 4,000.
But
So there it is. That's Hooligan Pool.
You helped me win by getting so many in the white hole.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. Well, that's it for today. Call it a stream. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Much
And
appreciated. Staying, visiting, chatting, all that fun stuff. I'm going to see if we got somebody to raid here. Hey, we don't know games.
I am the Borg.
Oh.
Thanks for the follow, Chaos. Much appreciated. Looks like my friend Small Town Pinball's on. We're going to go ahead and raid Small Town.
One that was like 2 hours away at one point. I played like, 10 or so games on it, but it's not like I know it.
Catch y'all later.
Powered, but that's just me. Borg dog! I can't even hear that. Did it make noise and I missed it? Oh, there it is. Borg dog wasn't even playing real pinball. Oh my gosh, he was playing something sort of like pinball, but not. He was playing pool with his beautifully, wonderfully screen printed new slate. That was pretty cool looking. We got to hang out for a little more, a bit. Oh, no, I'm doing so well. I might need to ditch the get warm already. It's okay, Borg dog. There's always a bunch of people not playing pinball in the pinball category. I don't know what's up with that. I think sometimes they just forget. And there's also people that play pinball not in the pinball category, so I think it's perfectly fine, Borg dog. Thank you, by the way, for 31 bucks. That's a really long time. Oh, this old thing. Some guy I know, he has a store online where he rips. He takes artwork from old pinball machines and sells them. So if you get a chance, Borg dog, you should check him out. His name is Borg Dog. Well, what a coincidence. His name is my name too. My son's name is also Borg Dog. Or something like that. So Twitch is doing this new thing where It lets me know who is currently speaking from the Borg Dog raid, and so apparently Borg Dog came in on the raid. What is going on here, Siri? Oh, dude, my dad's talking to me, I guess. Siri, stop listening. She's got to stop moving. Leave me alone, Siri. I gotta turn her off on that watch. She's really obnoxious. Where would you find a link to buy t-shirts from the Borg Dog Collective? It's on TeePublic, I do believe. Once you sign up for TeePublic, just expect them to send you a new email.
Look at how awesome this player is!
And go from there. No, you're not. It doesn't say that.
Your mom will be proud.
It doesn't say that.
You're talking from the Borg Dog raid.
No, I think you're lying. Go ahead and say something, Mudfutter, and we'll find out if that's true or not. We have ways of learning these things. That's trouble! But also thank you for subscribing way more. Something. Nope, see? Look at that. Nope. It says you're a liar. But thank you for 29 months. I do appreciate that. Borg Dog should be able to put up a link if he's got one lying around. Or anybody else who's on the Borg Dog link. I always forget when I'm on Buffalo Pinball, it times y'all out. And you get moderated. But you shouldn't get moderated here. I let people post links because I'm not really afraid of what you have to say. And also because if you post anything stupid, no one else... Okay, it needs to stop though. Then it's just going to keep saying that Borg Dog is a raider from the Borg Dog thing. That's great. Oh yeah, check out all my links. Don't forget to donate. I'm totally going to go to the Open. Everybody knows what the Open is, right? I'm going to go to the Open. That's what all the cool kids have to call it now, I guess. That's what we have to call it. I'm totally not going to California, just FYI. Golf links, chain links, Lance Link. He's my favorite. He's kind of like Get Smart, but in chimpanzee or orangutan form. I don't remember. Golf links is also acceptable. Uh-oh, folks, I think we're stacking. No, wait, was my TV mode over? Because I said we weren't going to do any stacking today. No stacking. So we're playing Itchy and Scratchy Multi-Ball. But we do have the Dope Frenzy going, but that's not really my fault. I didn't plan to have that going, so... There we go. Captain's Bounty. Oh, I don't know what that is. Wild Links. Lance Link. Secret Champ. It's sad that I, remember the theme song as well, because, man, that was not a good show. I did like to annoy my brother with it.
I'm gonna make some tea. Do you want me to bring me some down, or are you gonna?
I'll be up.
Okay. Do you want some tea?
Sure, love to.
We have all of these.
That was so good. It gave me the tingles.
Trent in Atlanta, in hot Atlanta. How's it going, Trent? How is it down there? Probably not that hot because it's like December, but you know, when that's what it's called. Unless ATL is a different, the weakest link. Unless ATL is a different